I would recommend putting it on your watch list and taking a closer look at this one. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. I'm here to do my daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. So obviously we do this every day. If you're interested in the Bitcoin miners, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button and feel free to drop a comment below. Bitcoin's rallying a little bit this afternoon. The trading day is not over yet. So what I want to do is look at the miner big board, and then we will go take a look at the Bitcoin chart. And then I want to take a look at a few Bitcoin miners in specific. So you can see at the moment, this board is mostly red. There are a few exceptions. A few things have turned green. All of these things are way off of their low for the day. And when you get to the chart, you'll see we did rally this afternoon. CleanSpark is the real standout today. It's up over 5%. So that is green. Most of the rest of the green, Marathon's up a little bit, Iris is up a little bit, and then Any's up about 4.8%, but that is an extremely volatile situation, and that has been fluctuating wildly. A couple of things that seem to be lagging behind today. Stronghold, stock ticker SDIG, is down almost 5%. Mawson, stock ticker MIGI, is down 7.5%. So those two seem to be lagging the pack today for whatever reason. And pretty much everybody else in the middle is somewhere between -0 and -3%. So not a huge day, not one of these gigantic up or down days, but mostly red at the moment. And we'll see if this can trend green. We have been trending upwards in the afternoon. So with that said, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. This is the Bitcoin chart on the 30-minute time frame. This orange line right here was where Bitcoin was trading when the equity markets closed yesterday. So you can see just prior to open this morning, we really cascaded downward. This larger red line was about 1 hour before the market opened. So we dropped down into about the $43,600 range, where we stayed for several hours. Then in the afternoon, we picked up some steam. We had 3 half-hour candles in a row, particularly this one, which was at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This green candle got us above where we were trading yesterday. So we're in the positive. Despite the fact that the mining big board is mostly red, we have now passed where we closed yesterday's market. So things are trending upward. We still have about an hour left in the trading day, and we'll see. The next 2 half-an-hour candles are just about exactly sideways. We'll have to wait and see if we can get just one more push upward on the day. By the time you guys watch this video, you will know the answer to that already. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. So if we take a look at this, this will kind of tell you our trend. And you can see, in my opinion, we're about 3.5 weeks into a Bitcoin bull trend. I think we bottomed out right here. This red line is at around $33,000. On January 24th, we touched this line and we basically bounced off of it, and we have been going up ever since. So you can see from the bottom on January 24th until where we're trading today in the middle of this trading day on February 16th, Bitcoin is up 34%. So that is a nice beginning to a nice bull run in Bitcoin. Of course, it was down significantly more than this. So we're nowhere near back to where we still have about $25,000 to go to get back to the $69,000 that Bitcoin was trading at in November. So we don't know how much of that will occur on this bull run. At the moment, the last 3.5 weeks have been good. We're up 34%. The next move that we're looking for is there's a purple line here that I have at $45,700. This line represented significant support in the month of December. We tested and passed on this line. We tested this line 7 times in December, and it held 7 times. And then in the 8th time, we dipped below it. Since we dipped below it, we have not been back above it. We did pretty much test it on February 7th and then again on February 10th. So what we need to do is push past this line, form a higher high, then maybe reestablish this as a line of support instead of a line of resistance, and we can start heading up from there. So that's what I'm looking for on the upside. Of course, we always have to be careful of what the downside may be. This pink line right here dates all the way back to the flash crash. You'll see for the most part, this line has held up over the last 10 days. We did pop just above and below it for a couple of days, but we never veered too far from this. So I think this is our line of support at the moment. If we do go down and start testing lower numbers, I think it would be very important to hold this pink line at around 42,400. So in my mind, in the short term, that's the downside risk, and the upside is, What I'd really like to do is pass this purple line. That would be our next good indicator that the bull run is continuing, particularly if we could get up to this blue line and really just decisively set a higher high than we had back here on February 10th. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So same chart, each one of these candles represents one day. You can see dating all the way back to this red candle on January 22nd. Since that day, this green line has basically been support for what is now a 3.5-week rally. We did dip below this on the 2nd of February, and then on the 4th of February, you'll see we had a giant green candle and got way back above this. This line has held ever since. We did test it again on the 14th and the 15th, but we had a nice green candle on the 15th as well. So, looking at it from a step back, I think it's clear to see we're in an upward trend at the moment. And this follows about 3 months of downward pressure. So this is a nice relief. And of course, we all hope that this continues. So again, the next target, we got to get past this purple line here. So again, in the big picture, I think we need to hold this green line of support and keep trending upwards. So I'm just going to go through a couple miners real quick here. The first one is Marathon. Marathon filed with the SEC a shelf offering of $750 million on Friday. It was kind of a quiet event. The stock did not take a hit for that at all. Typically, very large shelf offerings have a short-term knee-jerk reaction on the stock price, and it drives it down. That didn't really happen with Marathon. And in fact, yesterday, Marathon was up over 10%, which outpaced most of the other miners, although yesterday was a good day for all the miners. So today, Marathon is basically, at the moment, almost sideways. It's down 0.3% at this time. And again, it's not the end of the trading day yet. I just want to show a couple of points on the chart with Marathon. The first one is back to December 2nd, which was the day before the Bitcoin flash crash. So for those of you who watch the channel, you know this is a point that I typically go back and look at. So Marathon needs to go up over 73% just to get back to where it was trading at the day prior to the flash crash. Now, at the time of the flash crash, we were in the $57,000 or $58,000 range on Bitcoin. It crashed down to $42,000, recovered up to about $47,000 on that day. So my first price target would be to get back to this point. Now, obviously, Bitcoin needs to continue its upward trend and get back into the mid 50,000s. And of course, Marathon will have monthly updates coming up, and they need to start having some quality monthly updates and showing some good progress. If those things happen, Marathon has about 60,000 machines that they have yet to plug in. So hopefully, as those get plugged in, their hash rate will go way up. I think that'll be also a catalyst to start to get back to some of these numbers that it was previously trading at. I'm just going to go to one more number here. This was Marathon's previous all-time high that it set back in early 2021, somewhere at around $57 or $58. So if it were to get back to that number, which I think is an extremely realistic goal by the end of the year, and I'll tell you why. If you look, in November, it actually blew way by this number and got all the way up to $83.50. So I'm not even looking at a price target to get back there, which would be close to a 200% increase. I'm just looking to get back to this spot where it seems to have been several different times. So if Bitcoin can get healthy and retest its all-time high, or may not even need to retest its all-time high, I think there's potential upside here on Marathon of 100%. So that would be a double in the stock. Now, again, please remember, this is not financial advice. As you can see, Marathon is a very, very volatile stock. Bitcoin's a volatile asset. So please do due diligence and be careful when trading. So let's just take a quick look at CORZ. CORZ has not been trading for very long. They went public via a SPAC, and that was less than 1 month ago. So there's very little track record on CORZ, stock ticker CORZ. So far, there's very little interest, it would seem, by the retail investors in this particular stock. So maybe they're waiting for more information to come. But I did a video on this recently, and if you want to watch that video, it's kind of a deeper dive. But, to give you the Cliffs Notes, CORZ mined over 1,000 Bitcoin last month. They also mined over 1,000 Bitcoin in the month of December. They're mining about double the next closest miner. They have about double the hash rate of the next closest miner, and really the next closest ones at this point are Marathon and Riot. So at the moment, CORZ Scientific is by far the biggest Bitcoin miner. Now, there's several miners that stand a chance of catching them throughout the year, potentially passing them. This will be a race till the end of the year, but CORZ Scientific will stay competitive as one of the biggest, if not the biggest miner in 2022. So I'm looking for this to have a lot more upside. I don't think this stock has gotten going yet. I've got a green line here at $9.73. It looks like this dates back to February 7th, which is only 9 days ago, but it looks like we're finding some support here. This did trade all the way down into the $5 range. I think it looks like it got to about $5.80 back on January 24th. That was the day that Bitcoin bottomed out and hit 33,000. So in my opinion, this was wildly oversold at that point. I still think it's oversold in this $10 range. So because it's only been trading for less than a month, its all-time high is $11.52. So that is not very meaningful. I've drawn a line up here at around $15. In my mind, that's a reasonable price target for sometime in the mid-second quarter. So sometime over the next 90 days maybe. And that would represent about a 48.8% increase. So very close to a 50% increase, I think, would be my personal price target. Now again, that's just me reading the charts. I don't know the future, so this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. And I would recommend you watch my video on CORZ Scientific and dig in a little bit. This is a very interesting and very big company. They're also a major hosting service. So they have many millions of dollars in hosting revenue and many exahash that they host, in addition to their own machines where they mine their own Bitcoin. So this is a big player in the space. It's new to being publicly traded, but I would recommend putting it on your watch list and taking a closer look at this one. So I'll finish up back on the 30-minute time frame. So you can see this is now the third 30-minute candle in a row that's basically sideways. So we had a nice little run up this afternoon. It seems like we've gone sideways ever since. Again, we're still not at the close of the market, so we'll have to see where we finish up. But all in all, it seems like we got right back to where we started and pretty much right back to where we closed yesterday. So that's all I got right now for Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.